bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days.
Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Chicago Bears.
Is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Looking to throw is Williams. That's complete. Luther Burden.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
This defense for the Packers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
To throw, it's Williams. He's got this complete to Burden.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Here now, 2nd and 4. To throw is Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 13 yards, 1st down Packers.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Here we go. Fix the Eagles. Fix the Eagles. 79 Broncos. Ready.
Play action. Now it's Daniels. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. So first drive here, and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Daniels looking to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Vegas, Vegas. Cat. Temple.
Throwing is Williams. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now they'll run on the draw. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. For the Bears, it's 6-4 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They get the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 17-yard line.
First down.
Vegas.
At the 17-yard line.
Here's Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Colston Loveland, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. To throw, Williams. That's caught. It's Austin left side. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Williams going to look to throw again. This is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Austin Loveland from 4 yards out. And the Bears get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
This will be fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. So it'll be a touchback, and that ball will be placed at the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Now inside the 25.
And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense overcommitting. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
On the set. Go, Reed, go. Come on, come on.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there.
That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up.
A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
To the air, Williams. A pass complete to Odunze.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. That's going to be a first down. Well done.
26 more yards. That's another Bears first down.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Second down and 6 now from the 26. Now they'll change things up. Second and 6. This one finds Austin out right. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Calvin Austin, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears have taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And they're on 35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Daniels. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
19-5, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 79 Broncos.
Here's Daniels. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Ready to run.
Vegas!
Back to throw. Williams. Pass complete to Loveland.
And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now they go screen. It's complete.
And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Yes!
To the air once more. Williams.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Calvin Austin, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Come on.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
One thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try to put some pressure on the defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Throwing now is Daniels. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the book out.
To the left side, he's got his tight end, Loveland.
Touchdown, Chicago!
Colston Loveland
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Ready, set.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. As they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
They go play action. Daniels.
Wide open receiver complete. Now the
Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
To the air goes Daniels. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Daniels. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
Oh, now whistles. And unless he was drawn off, and I don't think he was, this is going to be a 1st down. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. 1 second, all that remains. Williams now. A final shot before break. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with fun.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 65 yards. And the Packers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
17.
kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Open man down the field. That's Burden.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. A good pickup there at 22.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard.
So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he works free. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
From the 7 now, it's 3rd and goal.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Bears are able to stretch out their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Oh, the ball
comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Daniels going to throw for it. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there, because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. He'll try and do this himself. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Colston Loveland, 40 yards. And the Bears will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 24-17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now a handoff running through the middle. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A good positive play there, 9 yards, but still 3rd and long.
Here we go, set.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
60 vices, 60 vices. Cut 19, cut 19.
On the draw, it's Jenkins. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 28 yards.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
19 Lions. Let's go now.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 12-yard line.
That's another Packers 1st down.
Off the play fake, Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Jayden Daniels.
A 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
The Packers keeping the offense out there now as they'll go for 2.
Let's go.
Daniels going to try and throw for it.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
The score, Bears 41, Packers 23.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Touchdown, Chicago! A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it second down.
A 7-yard pickup.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, go for a touchdown. The runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? He barely got the first down, but he got it.
To throw is Daniels.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a second down and 4. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They need 2. Here's third down.
Ready?
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Vegas!
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Lamb gets the green light. He'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Toward the sideline, it's complete, an athletic grab, but still well short of the first. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
He's going to let it fly. Oh, had his
his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Okay, ready?
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on fourth down tries. They're trying again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point. But being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 7-yard line.
Tempo.
Looking to throw is Williams.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. CD, it's all window dressing at this point, and the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. The carry here for the big tight end. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Panther 60, Panther 60, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Warrior 70.
Daniels looking to throw. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team.
Handsome Lagosian, name ring bells on both sides of the ocean. Falsetto Vanessa, swoon baby girl I wear out of the stretcher. She be like, You a part-timer, I'm an all-timer. You a viral artist, I will offline you. Stay far from y'all criers, bar for bar sire. Team full of stars and it all fire. I don't spill words, I spill